Caro, Tutuma, Barka de Safia. I hope I got that right. In any case, it means good morning to you. Good morning, one and all. Good morning, every single person tuned on right now. Welcome. Another beautiful Monday morning here on Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a beautiful, bright, blissful, and wonderful morning. And to all of you, from us to you, we're really psyched to take on the brand new week.
Yes, indeed, definitely. Now, don't zoom. Focus this Monday, and even though we may not be picture perfect, I like to think that we are. We are worth the photograph anyhow.
Exactly.
We remain clear as day any single time.
Now, there's this purpose that you need to start off on, and hopefully our high spirits will rub off on you for the rest of the week.
Absolutely. Somebody who's in high spirits this morning as well is Mr. Mike. Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Not so high, man. This weekend was one to forget the way it ended. But hey, come on.
The football weekend. Huh?
We're here. Yes, and yeah, no. But hey, come on. We're here for Monday morning, and we're here to make your day as bright, maybe even brighter than we are.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be talking about that, Mike. Now, hey, that's the motivation that Mike has got for you guys this morning. But not to worry, we've still got more coming your way since it's a Monday. And hopefully you guys are ready. Let's capture that very beautiful piece of every single morning that everybody's looking forward to. And that's always here with the entertainment that we bring to you on Wake Up Nigeria.
So there's something special about this show. Every single edition is carefully curated for your viewing pleasure. We're glad to be able to meet your needs and your standards every single time.
Absolutely. It's always a full package here waiting to be delivered, unfurled, just for you. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms. Please be a part of the show by sending us those messages. Can't wait.
And also remember that you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be across the world on the mobile app. All you need to do is download it on Google Play Store and, of course, on iOS.
Once you're following, that's for Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, you're going to see everything that we lined up, all the past episodes, and what's coming up very soon. Speaking of what's coming up.
Yes. On Motivation today, we are joined by Mayowa Owolabi, a financial market coach and also trainer. He is Africa's most sought-after financial coach, and he is also a serial entrepreneur and an alumni of the prestigious Lagos Business School, and joins us to talk about how to avoid being broke.
Very important topic, that being broke is something you do not want to be. So we have a very interesting one for SME today. We're going to be joined by Ajibola Bamidele of Certification Edge. It was formerly known as Tycoon's Project, and it's an accredited firm, and it's at the Center for Management and Development Studies. You need to stay put to find out more about this. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Monday after the weekend, and how was your weekend, guys?
Mike already started us off, giving us an intro.
I don't want to forget.
5-0 though. I mean, 5-0.
No, is it that what you're talking about? You don't. He that is down, when you see there's a level where someone falls, you don't kick him. You don't kick him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can kick somebody that's still on their force, but if they are flat on the ground,
don't do it.
You don't do it.
You know something Olegun Associate said that I really liked was the fact that, hey, he took all the responsibilities. Says, hey, this is my bad. We did very, very bad.
Okay.
However, his humility, I think he's just gone in for his job. He doesn't want to get sacked, perhaps, but I just like the humility.
Very, very, very. That's probably the most interesting because they are called for a sack. This was humiliating, man.
It was.
Very.
But didn't they just only come from 2-0 win from...
it was a 3-2 win against Atalanta in the Champions League. They went 2 goals down. They went 2 goals down against Liverpool, but nah, Thunder was not going to strike twice.
Wow.
How was your weekend, Titi?
Yeah, it was a busy one for me. Work. From Friday, now there was a big celebration. A lot of us at TVC were there on Friday. But then after that, Saturday, I was MC at a birthday party, 40th birthday party. And it took a lot out of me. It took me back.
Back to when you were 40, yeah?
Wow, really? So there's something about when people like us pick up the microphone, there's something that comes over us. Mike, when you pick up a microphone, you get this kind of energy.
It comes over
especially you live off the energy of the crowd and all that. And this crowd gave me so much energy
you shouldn't live off the energy of the crowd.
Yeah, so if you have a crowd that is slow, it affects you. But this crowd was so energetic, and they were meeting me level for level, and I had to up the ante
it was a
end.
birthday, yeah?
Yes.
I stopped doing weddings.
You stopped doing weddings?
Yeah, because of the demands from different parties.
Different families.
Yeah, the mothers want one thing,
crazy.
the fathers want
No,
one.
no, but that was small. So I remember when I was learning the ropes here, and I was told, and that was what I always use. When you get there, you tell everybody.
Yeah.
There's only one person I'll listen to. Get me that person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You all talk to that person.
Yeah.
If this person doesn't talk, I will not do anything. I don't know, come and tell me, MC, come on, make me laugh. Come on, make me laugh.
I'm not a comedian.
I'm not a comedian.
Don't tell me that. MC, time is good. They come and make me laugh. Is that what?
Honestly.
But don't worry, we're still open for business, please. Like, don't take the jobs away from us.
Come on, make me laugh. Make you laugh.
So send the weddings to Mike and the birthdays to me and the corporate events to him.
Wow, that is wicked. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's time for us to take the news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. It's Monday morning, and we begin in Ebonyi State, where days after one police officer was killed and 2 patrol vehicles burnt at Ohaku Police Divisional Headquarters, there was another attack at Uwana Divisional Headquarters in Afiko local government area. Police spokesman, Ebonyi State Command, in a statement, confirmed that the gunmen numbering about 35 attacked the station, and 1 police inspector attached to the division was injured. According to the spokesman, one of the hoodlums was killed in the process, while some weapons were recovered as others escaped with bullet injuries. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Ebonyi State Command, Aliyu Garba, has ordered a manhunt of the fleeing hoodlums. In the meantime, the chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume, said in spite of the isolated cases of banditry attacks, the security situation in Nigeria is improving. Senator Ndume stated this while speaking with newsmen at the turbaning ceremony of one of the APC national chairmanship aspirants, Malam Saliu Mustafa, as the Turaki of Ilorin. He recognized that though security has not been totally eradicated, it is going down gradually, and the senator added that the federal government is doing its best to tackle the security challenge. The senator also noted that insecurity cannot just be eliminated at once.
Well, all I can say is that the insecurity is going down, but it's not eliminated, or it has not come to the end. And normally this kind of a thing is not something that you just say that, oh, it's all over. It will not be all over. Even before we had this escalated situation, there is isolated cases of insecurity everywhere. It's normal in every country. But alhamdulillah, the government is up.
And now to education. Management of the Federal Polytechnic Bauchi has sacked 2 of its lecturers found guilty of sexually harassing female students in the school. This decision was made during the 98th meeting of the Governing Council of the Polytechnic held on Saturday. The dismissed lecturers are Musa Baba Abubakar of the General Studies Department and Adebusoye Michael Sunday of the Nutrition and Dietetics Department. They were found culpable by various investigative committees instituted by the institution following the several allegations brought against them by the female students in the school. Addressing journalists shortly after the meeting, the rector of the school said the Polytechnic Governing Council studied the reports of various committees and approved the immediate dismissal of the affected staff. And with that story, that's how we wrap it up on the news headlines for this hour.
And you're welcome. It's time for the dailies. Let's let you guys know the headlines you'll be waking up to this morning. And this morning we're starting from the Tribune newspaper, Monday, 25th October, 2021. First big headline that meets you. PEP raises alarm over plots to scuttle convention. This on page 24. Power struggle rages in zonal state chapters. Obi, Metu, other Anambra stakeholders clash over NWC post. And on the side of the paper here, 1 suspected IPOB member killed as gunmen attack Ebonyi police station and kidnappers abduct 3 during vigil in Abeokuta. Abductors of 2 Ondo girls contact mother. A look at the photo story here shows Oyo State Governor, Mr. Sheyi Makinde, Minister of Interior, Mr. Ralph Aregbesola, and the Alafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, during their separate visits on Sunday to Abolonge Custodial Center, Oyo, where 907 inmates escaped during an attack on the facility on Friday night. More on that on other headlines we will see. Prison attackers wore masks, black dresses, where about 50 say hunters Makinde Aregbesola Alafin Visit Center, as we can see from the photo on top. Now, let's move on to our next daily this morning, and that will be the Guardian newspaper. And on the front page for the Guardian newspaper, banks in defying movement as e-Naira kicks off today. Now, unease over how digital currency will affect financial intermediation, and Nigeria joins Bahamas, Sweden, Cambodia, South Korea as pioneers of a CBDC. It's elitist, but will enhance efficiency of payment system. And we are ready for rollout, say the CBN, as they insist. To the side of the paper this morning, Rivers not at war with FG over VAT. Wike clarifies, and police foil attack on Unwana division kill suspect. EFCC quizzes former Senate President Ayim over alleged diversion of funds, and ICC seeks probe of pupils' abduction in Nigeria and declare bandits terrorists, 36 speakers tell Buhari. That's it for the Guardian newspaper. Let's move on now quickly to our next paper, and that is the Punch newspaper. On the front page, the headlines here. Subscribers push for 2 months extension. Deadline expires on Sunday. Talking about the SIM-NIN linkage. Subscribers group say registration census extremely crowded. Fresh extension likely after NIMC-NCC review, telecom firms say. And at the bottom of the Punch newspaper this morning, Amoteco deploys personnel in boundary committees. 13 fleeing Oyo inmates arrested on page 5. On page 32, Army detains soldier for assaulting choir nurses during a wife's delivery. And NDLEA seizes UK-Malaysia-bound drugs. Owners arrested in Lagos, Kano, others that on page 6. And that will be it for the headlines this morning, as much as we can take. Do stay tuned. Welcome. It's What's Up and About here for this morning for Wake Up Nigeria. Titi and Mike, you guys are welcome. Now, Mike, I know you don't have kids yet, but Titi, I really wanted to...
Are you sure Mike doesn't have kids? Sorry, the joke was
as in, it's dead.
So old.
Do better, please.
Over the week last week, there were these instances on social media that that involved Mercy Johnson and her kids, or her child rather, one of them. She's a mother of 4, attending Chrisland. That's a school. And now she had stormed the school. Now I use that word exaggerated format. Seeking a teacher whom her daughter had reported at home over instances of bullying. And the person who, it also went on because other people added their own 2 cents to it, and a particular lady actually told about an instance that wasn't very palatable regarding her coming to school with bouncers and stuff like that, but she apologized since. However, it made me wonder, how do you attend to situations where your kids actually, the reportage that your kids bring back home from school regarding individuals, sometimes even teachers? Because in this case, her daughter had told her of a teacher who didn't like her and would constantly bully her, which made her have, she had to go to school, to contact the school and even the teacher to ask what was going on. Now, kids are very special. Kids can exaggerate, they can under-deliver, they can, you know. So how do you take what they say, sift through it, and make action on it, so you don't embarrass yourself or you don't overreact, or, you know, the many instances that could come out of this?
So in my opinion, look, if my child comes to me and says you're doing this, I'm going to believe my child first. No matter what is going on, I'm going to believe my child first. But the thing is, it is then for the parent to sit back and, you know, assess and analyze everything that's going on. It does seem like it was recurring. It wasn't just a first time and then she went to storm the school, you know. And again, this is a school that is a premium school. Let's say one of the highbrow schools that have many different parents in different captains of industry are sending their kids to this school. So it won't be the first time they're having a parent approach the school in this manner. Instances. So for me, any child, if a child feels the need to report a teacher to their parents, to me, I'm going to believe that child no matter what.
I'm going to add an addendum to that.
I hear you on the fact that there are some cases where kids take advantage of this attention that their parents are going to give them, etc., etc. And there is a manner in which the parents should do it. So, for instance, you're not supposed to do this in front of the child. The child is not supposed to be there when this is happening, right? But then again, she also has to figure out whether she's doing something that will affect the child later, because that teacher, is the teacher going to be dismissed? Teacher is still in that school. Teacher is going to take it out on that child.
It's not the same school that you had someone who molested a kid or something, and
No, I'm not sure about that. I can't confirm that.
It is. Okay. It is. Maybe an brand.
Are you sure nothing happened, though? The nothing happened part?
Well,
maybe he wasn't arrested.
At least something. What I'm saying is that it's still about the school. And then, well, first of all, there should be some sort of, how do I put it now? There should be a procedure of how to report stuff like this.
Exactly.
Which should probably go to maybe a head teacher or the principal or somebody.
Which was
who
her
is in
action,
charge.
by the way.
Do you understand? Exactly. So,
Yeah.
why I mentioned the other account is that, look, you have to think, is there a precedent to this? To something like this.
Yeah.
If there is a precedent, and that's why, because first of all, accosting the teacher in question is the last option. On that
very last option.
particular scale of what is needed to be done. But like I said, if they have a precedent of something that has happened and of the school in question backing their teachers or their staff up, then there's a problem.
Now, the addendum I wanted to add. Now, she did say in her account of this whole thing that she had met a teacher and that she had been rudely attended to by the teacher at one point. Now, but this is the thing. You also mentioned something. You said don't do it in front of your kids.
Yes.
There is a certain advantage children will take from any instance when you project your either insecurities or your preference. Yeah, let me use the word preference.
Or basically undermining the teacher in front of the child.
Exactly.
Right?
They'll be like, oh, perhaps mommy doesn't like this teacher. Maybe it's, kids will be kids. It's going to be a blanket approach to them. You don't like mommy, you don't like me. So I'm going to say this and that. I could say this and this and this about you. Now, not having these instances transpire in front of your children is actually very important. Personally, if my daughter reports anything from school, I take it. No, I don't dismiss it. It's always very important. However, the discussions that happen after that are exclusively with my wife. Like, this is what your daughter said. What do you think about this? If you do that in front of your kid, if you make her privy to all that information, she's immature. She's going to take advantage of the instance and say, oh, so this is what my father or my mother thinks about this teacher. I'm going to keep perhaps maybe rattling this teacher's cage. Their kids, they'll do that because of the attention,
I want to actually touch on the teacher, because there are a lot of teachers who are going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes, stressed out, frustrated with, in quote, spoiled kids. Or kids that are so protected that they could be bullying these kids indirectly. They could be. They might not even feel it. They might not even know.
Exactly.
They might not
just
even
be a lack
realize.
of attention or a certain frustration that comes with, noting that this kid is in this class.
So I have had this kind of what's the word, conversation with the teacher before. This is what my child is saying. Can you explain? Can you explain?
When they say what actually happened, that's also one. When you know that the kid might feel something is bullying, and I feel school is a learning place. They go to learn not just scholastically, but they also get to learn character, which is what you expect from a good school. And that means that there will be some sort of discipline. Of course, we are rolling out physical, discipline and all of that, but there should be some sort of discipline. So does the child interpret discipline at some point as bullying?
True.
Exactly.
Very true.
You have to be sure, because look, I want the same way I went to school and I was trained. There's some kind of training you cannot get at home.
Exactly.
And this is because of their culture at home, which they're not used to that kind of treatment.
And there's something you have to understand. You're going to understand that your child will not always have you. You have to prepare your child for the world.
Exactly.
So find out exactly what happened. What does the child interpret as bullying?
Exactly.
So the question now is the school's policy on discipline. You need to understand the policy. What is your policy on discipline? What are the things you enforce and what are the things you do not? Are the children told to kneel down? Are they told to stand in the corner? Are they given, what sort of punishments are they given? Understand what they are and then explain to the child, these are the reasons why you were told to do this.
Exactly.
If the policies are too harsh for you, move your child from that school, because the school is not going to change their policies for you.
I love what you've just said. I especially love the way you put it, Mike. That is actually fun. We are so privileged that we're raising soft children.
Very true. That's one thing. So
we're raising children that understand their rights and defend themselves. Doesn't mean they are soft.
But they're still kids. They can take these things maturely, and they do not.
You'll be surprised that they can take some things from their peers that they won't take from you.
True.
Because they know that.
Very true.
But when it comes to their peers, they will calm down.
Listen, hey, they're kids. You have to attend to things that reportage that they bring back home with a certain level of maturity yourself. Just take note. Hey, tell us what you think. You want to to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We will read and also perhaps maybe even make a comment. Do stay tuned. We have more on Wake Up Nigeria. And you are welcome inside the kitchen here for a Monday morning. I am joined by Adane, who's our chef for today from Addie's Food Mat. You can see it already there. In any case, welcome. Good to have you here today.
Thank you. It's good to be back anyway.
Oh, grand. Are you also considering modeling because you have a movie? There we go.
Something
nice.
like that.
So I see a lot of vegetables here today. I also see an animal. I don't know what it is, but we'll get to that. But today we are cooking chicken pepper soup with fried rice.
Yes.
That's what we're having this morning for breakfast. So you guys follow us step by step because we'll be letting you know exactly how you can get this ready for you and your family. On your screens right now, you have the ingredients. All you need to get this started: oil, rice, curry, onion, chicken, some sausages, pepper soup, puree pepper, and also mixed pepper, mixed vegetables, fried rice spice, and also Addie's Kitchen Flavor Spice. Oh, very, very interesting because Addie, I don't know, you've got your own kind of spice here. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So you're not just a chef, you're also a producer of...
Yeah, agro processing. We're into agro processing.
Interesting.
Ensuring that people actually eat healthy because a lot of adulteration going on in the open market. So we want to ensure that families actually choose a healthier option. No preservatives, no additives.
Nice.
With the spices.
Wow, okay, that's nice. Well, if there are no additives, that means you can only use it for such a short while. Well, how do you manage that?
6 months.
6 months.
It can last for 1 year, but we always say best before 6 months. So that's because spices and herbs, they have oil that makes it a preserve. So we always say 6 months max.
All right, okay. So, Adani, what is this animal
It's
that we have in here?
Chicken.
That's chicken?
That is already marinated.
That's a Greek fowl, man.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's
Wow.
already marinated because chicken needs to taste nice. So we do it, I actually did it overnight, so that when you're eating, you can actually eat the bone with it.
Nice. Oh, okay. So the soft bone kind of chicken and the local chicken, I see that there's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of chicken because I ate so much chicken when I was a kid. I've eaten enough for 10 lifetimes. But for this one, it's looking good already, even in its state as we are about to begin, and I'm looking forward to actually having it. So what are we going to be doing first? I see our tomato puree is already here. Some corn and also, is that cabbage or lettuce?
Yes, cabbage.
I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that's cabbage, that's sweet corn, that's spring onion, carrots, diced sausages, then runner beans. Then this is scent leaf for the pepper soup.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the chicken. Then while the chicken is on the fire, then I'm going to parboil the rice. Then we just, I will just tell you step by step what we do.
Nice, that's what we'd like. Something about parboiling rice, however. When you say parboil the rice, some people like to sieve their water out of the rice after a while. I don't know if that's... why?
Because, there's a lot of starch.
Oh.
So, and, while from the farm, a lot of hands have been touched. So we try to ensure that it's actually safe for consumption.
Okay, well, that's good. So how do we get started? What do you want me to do here today?
Okay, I would start with the chicken, and the rice.
The pepper soup, however, do we already have the pepper soup or we're making that?
No, I'll make it.
We're making everything.
It won't take...
no TV magic here. Danny's putting everything right before your eyes. Everything is going to happen right now. So once again, we're going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need for today's meal. It's chicken pepper soup with fried rice, and there they are on your screen. Get a pen and a piece of paper, and you want to write those down and make sure that you are ready to, get yourself some breakfast. Let me help you get started here. Turn on our stove and make sure everything is warming up real nicely. Which one would you like? The big one?
Yeah, but I'm going to use this for the pepper soup, and I'm going to use that for the rice.
I have a certain phobia of one of these things dropping one day on camera. I'm always very scared. But fantastic. So we get started already. Alrighty, great.
So you're going to help me?
Okay, what do you want me to do?
We're going to put the rice.
Okay, fantastic. So, tell you what, I just pour it in? I'm just going to pour it in.
Yeah.
Tell you what we're going to do. While all of this is happening, how about we go into our other segment with Titi, who's ready for some motivation this morning. You guys just stay tuned and don't worry. We are going to give you step-by-step exactly everything that we're doing here this morning. So, Titi, how's it going in there?
So far, so good. Now, what you're putting together today looks really interesting. Can't wait to see the finished product. you should stay for that too. But we're going straight for our motivation segment this morning. And who else would we have but the one and only Mayowa Owolabi. He's a financial market coach and trainer. He is Africa's most sought-after financial coach, and he's also a serial entrepreneur and alumni of the prestigious Lagos Business School. Today we're talking about how to avoid being broke. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Yeah. You want to figure out how to not be broke? I have a feeling this is a recurring problem with a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people look at their pockets halfway through the month and just see the whites from inside their jeans pockets.
Yeah.
Why does this happen?
Number one thing, anything that has to do with wealth is about mindset.
Okay.
So I think people need to get the right mindset to understand that you can control being broke.
Okay.
So when I wake up in the morning, there's a feeling that I'm not broke. And that makes my whole day. But there are also plans, engagement activity that will help me to avoid being broke. Number one of them is that you need to be able to understand investment. A lot of time, bad investment has allowed people to be broke.
Okay.
Another engagement activity is that people need to understand the power of savings. You know, you need to understand that there will be a time that there will be much. Yeah. There will also be a time that there will be so much. Now,
okay, so much. Much and so much. So not as much.
Yes.
But then a lot more.
Fantastic.
But there isn't there this running debate, or should I call it battle, between savings and investments? Some people feel savings is core. Some people feel investing is core. For instance, you know, someone keeps their money in a bank for a certain length of time, let's say 1 year. And then in that same 1 year, someone invests that same amount of money. The money has possibly doubled. Yeah, in that 1 year, as opposed to just being its same amount, or let's say maybe 1 or 2% higher in a bank.
Great.
So what do you say to that?
My advice is that you need to have investment.
Okay.
You need to have savings.
Both.
You need to have a threshold where you say to yourself, I don't want to have more than X amount of money in my savings.
Okay.
Because of urgency. Because if you have an investment, let's say you buy a property or you invest into an asset, and it doesn't deliver the return, or it's in the contract, you can't get it terminated. So it's going to hinder what is called cash flow.
Okay.
And when you need it, you'll be trapped. So you might now be forced to terminate such investment because you have something that is really cogent. But when it comes to savings, you need to know that there's an X amount of money that I need to have. Oh, I need to have $500,000 naira in my account every single time. Okay. Now, anything above $500,000 naira goes into investment. Oh, I need to have 100,000 naira at every point in time. I never knew this when I started, but I had to learn it because I realized that I always terminate my investment early. And I didn't like that culture. Because the culture is that I need to be in an investment for minimum 3 to 5 years before it can give me the expected return. But sometimes, you know, I just see that 6 months into it, 1 year into it, oh, geez. Because there are a lot of things that will happen. Yeah, I want to increase my business capital. I want to, you know, so those are very, very, very important two-leg stuff in when it comes to wealth.
Okay, so when it comes to not being broke, apart from the fact that, yes, you have to have a source of income, you have to either be employed or be self-employed. When it comes to the next steps to not being broke, I'm watching my bills get higher. The electricity bills are getting higher.
Exactly.
Data bills are getting higher. You know, the value of the cooking gas is getting higher. Everything just seems to be climbing. It doesn't seem very feasible for me to have more savings, talk less of even making investments.
So here's the way out. You increase your sales. You increase your inflow.
Okay.
Now, if I'm making $15,000 US every month, and my expenditure is about $7,000 US, it only means that I have about 50% of my inflow every month. Okay. But if I'm not making up to that, I need to find a way to make more. And how do I make more? I leverage. the other episode, I made mention of ways that you can leverage.
Okay.
So I work in an establishment. Can I begin to learn a skill that I can use to leverage?
Okay.
You know, that's why those who are in the western part of the world, they do 4 jobs. You know, weekends they find something to do so that they can increase their inflow.
Yeah.
So these are the things that will avoid people from being broke. You need to be intentional about your life, about your finance. Some people even buy at impulse. They just feel it and they buy.
Okay.
You know, one of my mentors once said, if you can't afford it 5 times, you don't buy it.
If you can't afford it 5 times,
you don't
buy it. So in other words, if I can't afford to buy this handbag 5 times, I shouldn't buy it.
Yes, I shouldn't buy it.
Okay, so same with the car.
Same with the car. Same with any investment, anything that is worthwhile.
Okay.
So you need to be able to say to yourself, can I afford this 3 times? Because if you can't afford it 5 times to 10 times, it means that you can't maintain it. So what it means is, imagine somebody having a Jeep and is out of fuel, almost gas every time. So that means that that person cannot maintain that status quo. So he has to leave. And you see, a lot of time we want to skip the process. We don't appreciate the process. You're going to miss where we're coming from.
Okay.
You know, I remember when I used to stay very low, like calm, like where I used to stay, I didn't like it. But I missed those periods because I was like, I just want to make it, I just want to make it. But very soon, you're going to miss that place. So you need to enjoy that scenario, that level.
I'm hearing a lot of high amounts of money. So there are some particular levels of income that have almost no wiggle room. You're literally living hand to mouth. You're literally getting salary. You're paying all these bills, right? And then you're literally surviving on what is left. Now, you just said now that you need to find other sources of income. Very key. Right? What sort of sources of income would you advise the average banker who is doing 9 to 9 p.m.? Good. What sort of added income can they make?
You need to leverage on digital skills. Okay. Internet.
Okay.
A lot is happening in the internet space. You need to leverage on systems like drop shipping. You know, the last time I bought a furniture, I didn't have to go there. And I got to know that even the guy who sold to me was never the person who brought the gadgets. Okay. So he collected money from me, told the guy that was to bring it, he delivered, and he paid them after I've paid him. Okay. So you could leverage on that. You could leverage on the financial market. You could trade cryptocurrency. You could trade Forex. You could trade Forex. There's several digital assets that you can, digital skills that you need to increase and spend quality time to learn.
All right. I have to say thank you for coming to talk to us today. I wish there was more time. Thank you, but of course, there is a lot more information online. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and reach out to us with your questions, and we'll see whether we can answer them. At this point, we are taking a quick break, but we'll be back with more on Wake Up Nigeria.
So, Danny, you want to give us an update on everything that's happening right now?
Okay, the chicken is done.
Okay,
so
can I help you with that?
I want to drain it because I want to fry it. So I'm just
so we're still frying the chicken?
Yes. So I will
I can smell that already. Can I put some flour or put it in some flour and still fry it if I wanted to do that?
Yes, you can. You can. You can. It's your choice. So I'm not going to fry everything. So I'm going to use this one for the pepper soup. So while we're waiting for the oil to just heat up, I'm going to start on the pepper soup. So I'll add more water because it needs...
We're going to use that, the broth from the soup, for the soup. Okay. Okay, very interesting.
So I'm going to add
some Adane's spice, pepper soup spice, yeah?
Yes.
That's what it's called. That's what's happening.
Add salt.
Okay.
So you know the old saying that, you don't use spoon because it's just like I'm away with it. So I know the quantity of the salt that I need.
When you pinch it, okay, I get it.
So I'll just put some seasoning and...
The salt, seasoning, some pepper soup spice, and then what's that thyme? That's not going in yet?
No, that's for the fried rice.
That's for the fried rice, all right.
So I'm just going to allow it simmer for 10 minutes. Okay. Then I add my leaf and pepper soup. Okay.
That's our Saint leaf, yeah?
Yes,
So let me
please.
just get that ready. Just in case you're wondering exactly what the ingredients are, we're going to display that on your screens in just about a bit so you guys can follow up. Ooh, sizzle. You can hear our chicken already sizzling inside of the oil. So we're going to display what the ingredients are for you guys so you can also take note and make sure that you have this for breakfast for yourself, perhaps maybe sometime before the end of the week. It's very easy. It's chicken pepper soup and some fried rice we're making here this morning. All you need are the items that are on your screen right now, from oil all the way to fried rice, mixed veggies, peppers, and also pureed pepper. Some pepper soup and sausages, chicken, onions, and curry. And let's not forget Addie's chicken flavor spice, which you only just saw us add to our little concoction going on right now. So our rice is still boiling.
Yes.
That's where the
done.
time is going in just about a bit.
It's ready. I'm just going to wash it and I'll get on with the fried rice.
All right, great. So that for boiling thing we're talking about from before, yeah? Do you need help here? All right. Grand. While she's doing that, I'm just going to put an eye on our chicken. I'm not going to get close to it because I don't. All right, can you check up on this and see, do we need to turn it or anything?
Yeah. I think you're going to be my sister.
Ooh, it's already, so what are we going for, golden brown or?
Yes, golden brown.
Golden brown, and that was very fast.
You don't want it to be burned,
Okay. It dropped.
You know, that's scary.
It's scary and I don't like it at all. I had a bad instance when I was a kid, so since then I don't get close to anything that fries.
Oh,
it just scares me. Yeah, you might be immune, but I'm just gonna stand here with this one as my shield. Just
That's
in
funny.
case. Yeah, I don't want all of that.
So I just want to wash the rice. And
all right. You need to be very, very attentive to your frying chicken just so that it's the right color just for you. Are we good with this color? Are we good? Are we good?
I'm just going to wait for
a
while.
All right. So while you are at home watching us do this and watching me defend myself, do take note that this is very easy. It could be breakfast or it could be lunch or dinner or anything. Now, what we're making is for how many people?
The pepper soup is for 4 people. The rice is for 5, depending
4 or 5
on your
people.
serving.
Yeah, you can get this done in under an hour like we're going to try and do today. We're going to serve this very soon, but don't worry. Step by step, we're going to let you guys know exactly what's happening. Do stay tuned. It's still Chef Adani in the kitchen here with us for Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back after this break. Yes, so blessed are those who take out time to join us on the most exciting breakfast family show here, and that's Wake Up Nigeria. It is, after all, the best out of the crop. Yes.
And it's, of course, the most significant part of the day. It's very important that you start the day the right way.
Yes, here with breakfasts on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
We're, after all, the first of its kind, the best amongst the lots, the numero uno, the ultimate family experience, the right amount of coffee addiction, and so much more. You can tell I'm addicted.
Wow. Wow. That was actually a mouthful. Now, let me see if I can give it a try as well.
Okay.
We are the queens of the beehive, the steam in the teapot, the D in the delicious.
All right,
You got it.
I'll give you 10 over 10, no problem. It's good. You try very, very slow. It's okay. All right, so enough
What
of
did you think I was going to say?
I don't want to go there.
Anyhow.
Let's get back on the roll here. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Remember to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms. Please be a part of the show. We can't wait to see your messages.
And remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be throughout the entire world. All you need to do is have the app on your phone. You can download iOS or Google Play Store.
Yes, please follow us across all social media platforms, talking Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Our TikTok lifestyle is, you know, it's beginning to...
Yeah, it's growing on me.
Yeah, it is.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
And today's SME segment is going to be an extra special one. We're joined by Ajibola Bamidele of Certification Edge. And that's going to be a really interesting conversation today. You want to find out more about what Certification Edge is all about? Stay close to your TV.
Yeah, they say always trust a man with a beard.
Really?
Not too sure about that one.
Bring the camera.
Yeah. Well, when breadcrumbs start sticking into people's beards,
we go clean up.
I don't know how.
We go clean up.
How?
We go clean up.
Yeah.
Ask for shopper.
Wow.
I think I saw somewhere where it says a man's beard is possibly one of the dirtiest places.
Oh, goodness me.
Okay, well, Yes and no. In some ways, like you said, after eating, it depends on how, and depends on, of course, what you do after and all that.
Speaking of bread, by the way.
Yeah.
What was her name? What was the actress's name now? Chioma Akpota.
Yeah.
She was complaining about the rising cost of bread. And over the weekend, I and my wife were talking about it.
Very valid.
She's not the only one complaining.
You just took it out of my mouth. Like, what we want to talk about is very valid.
Yeah.
But, like, do you know how many people are, like, the other people are the ones that are more concerned about, but
So it feels like back in the day, and I say back in the day, I'm not that old, it felt like bread was, in quotes,
old.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about food for the lower class. I'm not going to say...
for everybody.
No, I'm saying that there was a time bread, it was like a bread and water. It was, like, years ago. But now people of a certain class cannot even afford a full loaf of bread. I'm talking about the loaf of bread, sliced bread.
I feel like
it's about 500 naira
I feel
now.
like bread is a staple. So I think it cuts across. Maybe it's a type of bread. That's where it comes into question when it comes to class and all of that. It's type of bread is a staple. And there's a place where I used to buy bread, 500-600. Yeah. It's now 1,100.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's the kind of bread I would normally want to take. It's 1,000. Yeah.
That's premium stuff.
1,100. Yeah. Fruit bread. It was fruit bread.
Can you put a curry inside that one?
Oh, no.
You spoil it.
So, you know...
We're having a curry this morning, by the way.
I can still remember...
bread.
I can still remember agege bread. When my mom would buy I think it was a 50 naira size, and she would slice it into 3. That's for myself, my brother, and my mom. That was when I was, what, 11, 12 years old.
How much?
And it was 50 naira.
50 naira?
Yes. Then. And that was a huge loaf. And we would be struggling to finish each third of the bread. And I was like, must we eat bread every day? But I didn't understand how much we were enjoying.
Now.
Yeah, but that 50
naira bread. So you have to take 150 naira, put that card in the middle, take that 50 naira, then you can hold this in one hand.
So basically it's 100 naira now. That's basically 100 naira.
You know the thing, I'm not a bread fan, but my daughter is. And while we were discussing, or the reason why we were talking about it was the fact that we realized that the bread was shrinking. Like, isn't this the same bread we bought the other day? Why is it shrinking? So apparently they're trying to keep the cost, but reduce the quantity.
Definitely, because...
And then there's a lot more air in the center now.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot more air in the center of the bread. So when you're pressing it with the mind that, it's soft, it's inside. It's actually deflating. But it is something to look at.
Beans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Beans don't cost too.
You are a beans fan.
See small beans, they shake. Small beans, they shake.
But in truth...
Small beans.
Remember there was a cartoon where it used to... It's cloudy with a chance of bread. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Small beans, they shake.
It's time for another news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. And we begin in Ebonyi State, where days after one police officer was killed and 2 patrol vehicles burnt at Ohaku Police Divisional Headquarters, there was another attack at Uwana Divisional Headquarters in Afikpo North Local Government Area. Police spokesman, Ebonyi State Command, in a statement confirmed that gunmen numbering about 35 attacked the station and 1 police inspector attached to the division was injured. According to the spokesman, 1 of the hoodlums was killed in the process, while some weapons were recovered as others escaped with bullet injuries. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police Ebonyi State Command, Aliyu Garuba, has ordered a manhunt of the fleeing hoodlums. In the meantime, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume, says in spite of isolated cases of bandit attacks, the security situation in Nigeria is improving. Senator Ndume stated this while speaking with newsmen at the turbaning ceremony of one of the APC national chairmanship aspirants, Malam Saliu Mustafa, as the Turaki of Ilorin. He recognized that though insecurity has not been totally eradicated, it's going down gradually. The senator added that the federal government is doing its best to tackle security challenges. The senator also noted that insecurity cannot just be eliminated at once.
Well, all I can say is that the insecurity is going down, but it's not eliminated, or it has not come to the end. And normally this kind of a thing is not something that you just say that, oh, it's all over. It will not be all over. Even before we had this escalated situation, there is isolated cases of insecurity everywhere. It's normal in every country. But alhamdulillah, the government is up to it and we are doing very well.
And now to education. The management of the Federal Polytechnic Bauchi has sacked 2 of its lecturers found guilty of sexually harassing female students in the school. The decision was made during the 98th meeting of the Governing Council of the Polytechnic held on Saturday. The dismissed lecturers are Musa Baba Abubakar of General Studies Department and Adebusoye Michael Sunday of the Nutrition and Dietetics Department. They were found culpable by the various investigative committees instituted by the institution following the several allegations brought against them by some female students in the school. Addressing journalists shortly after the meeting, the rector of the school says the Polytechnic Governing Council studied the reports of the various committees and approved the immediate dismissal of the affected staff. And that's what we have time for when it comes to the views right here on Wake Up Nigeria. At this point, we want to find out what Mazino and the chef are up to.
Yeah, actually, Titi, what we're trying to do is fend off this fiend here.
Welcome to Sports News on Wake Up Nigeria. If you are a Man U fan,
we are trying to keep the chicken far away from Mike.
You are a lump tin because no, Man U fans need to eat this kind of food to help you.
Mike, love their ministry, right? It was
Mike,
brutal.
please, we don't trust you, Mike. Please, so please. Okay, so
if you have fish, where do you keep the fish with? You keep it with the cat. That's the safest place.
But Mike, move.
Focus.
Chef Adani, what's up? Exactly,
okay,
please.
We are done with the chicken. Oh, yeah. It's quite golden, and voila, the pepper soup is ready.
Yeah, it's not about the scene of the pepper soup; it's about the smelling of it. It smells so good.
Close it. Yeah, wait,
Mike has a thing with the way that he opens it in the steam.
Did you see that scene? They need to do slow motion of this scene.
So, Mike, slow motion. You are very, very excited. So can we just give you...
No, don't give him anything, though. Please, Mike. Mike, go. Mike. Oh, my goodness. So all the work we've been doing, you and you're actually serving Mike first before you're serving me. Why would you give him 2 pieces of chicken?
What? It's not from it's called QC, quality control. And we have to make sure that everything's okay. But yeah, I love what you're doing. You're giving us 2 options. You said, why would you want to give us 2 options this morning?
Okay, the weather was a little bit cold this morning, so I just wanted you to start off with pepper soup, to just make you warm a little bit. While we wait for the fried rice.
Where's your area?
Do you know what he's doing to you? I hope you can see what Mike is doing, and I'm not very happy with what Mike is doing. Mike is bothering you. First of all, you've offered him chicken already.
No, so that we can...
we have guests that are coming that want to give food, not Mike. I don't like this thing. Mike, leave this place.
Guests are not coming.
Leave this place. It's chicken, pepper soup, and fried rice. That's what we're having this morning here for Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Adani has been very hard at work. It smells fantastic. You guys need to... If this was smell-o-vision, you guys would be overwhelmed.
How about the rice?
Yes, exactly. Let's see the rice.
Okay, the rice is almost done. I'm just waiting for the water to dry a little bit. Fried rice is not supposed to be mushy.
Okay.
So it's supposed to stand.
Take that out.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to allow it for 10-15 minutes.
Wonderful.
Just in case you miss out on all the preparation that we had from before, you guys want to remember that you can always look back on either social media or YouTube, and you guys can find out the ingredients, everything. We're still going to tell it to you. Mike is really distracting me here. So please, we have to fight. We don't want that on camera, but we'll be right back, okay? Just...
Thank you for staying with us. On our SME this Monday, we have something quite interesting. Ajibola Bamidele of Certification Edge, formerly known as Tycoons Project. Now it is an accredited firm with the Center for Management Development Studies and Indigenous Nigeria Professional Services firm with a mission to develop, upskill and grow talent in management. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Yeah,
you are welcome. We're talking about what Certification Edge does. So let's get it. What exactly do you do?
Okay, so what we do basically in one word is to upskill people for cross-border capabilities and to encourage people to think learning before earning. Of course, in this part of the world, people think earning before learning. When I earn, I learn.
I learn along the way as the job goes and all of that. But you are saying that no, what we do is, look, you learn and then you can earn.
Yes, because you need to build capability. We live also in an environment whereby people prioritize having a bigger mindset. So we want you people to upskill people in the mind and be able to be relevant.
Yeah, what you say brings this famous quote to mind. I think of being not on just having, because what you are, you will have. You know, that's what comes to mind. But then you said something about cross-border. You're saying that this is something that is cosmopolitan, something that you can use anywhere around the world. How do you achieve that? Because, you know, we're talking about different cultures. I mean, what applies here will most probably not really apply, say, in the US or Australia or something like that. So how do you overcome such a challenge?
Okay, so basically, knowledge is same everywhere. Okay. So if you you studied management in Nigeria, you studied management everywhere in the world, so you can apply it. The role of a manager is the same anywhere you go. The role of HR is the same anywhere you go.
It's all about people.
People is all about, so if you can improve people's capability, then they can function anywhere they find themselves, anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. Okay. As a business model, how does this work? As a business model, how do you okay, let's talk about financials. Is it something that people really think that they need? Do you have to create an awareness that, look, you need to know how to manage, or is it something that the awareness is there and you just meet that need?
Of course, you create the awareness because an average African does not prioritize learning that way.
Exactly, which is where I was coming to.
Yeah, does not prioritize learning that way. Let's take, for example, how many times do people say, man, there's a new book that's out I want to get. There's something I want to get, but there's a new air out, there's a new phone out.
Very true.
So what the society also promotes is not learning. So most times it takes a lot of awareness also to make people see that, man, the reason why I'm where I am today is because my capacity cannot attract what I desire. So we have people having big dreams, what they want, but they're not building capacity for what they desire.
Okay.
So there's always a major gap between who you are and the kind of dreams you have.
Wonderful. Now let's take a little peek into your syllabus and all of that. When you want to teach that level of skilling up, what's the process? How do you go through it? Just an overview.
Basically, it depends on the course. We have different courses. So it depends on the course you want to do. It's part of the area of management you want to build capacity.
Is it in broad look at what courses do you have?
Business analysis? Is it in project management? Is it in human resources? Is it in agile? Of course, the whole world now is going agile. How do we run businesses at the speed of change? You know, because look at what happened during COVID and look at how some businesses failed. And we live in an era of disruption whereby people need to constantly change their business models, change what they want to do. And most times people have so difficult to unlearn, relearn, and that's a major problem. So what we try to do is to constantly teach people how to evolve at the speed of change.
Now, when you mentioned COVID, and that is something that I want to talk about. In Nigeria here or in Africa here, it wasn't so easy for a lot of managements to think about the fact that people could work from home. You know, they had a problem with it. So a lot of people were like, they would rather see you sit down here and maybe not even do anything, but for the fact that you are here, at least for those 8 hours or whatever that they say, they pay you, they want you to sit there and they want to see you. To maybe a management executive who you were talking to, how do you let them understand that that model, the model of, of remote working, as the case may be, is a model that is sustainable and is where we are and is where the future is?
Okay, so I don't want to only talk about remote working alone, changing your business model, generally whatever it is. You know, before now, people focus so much on activities. So when you are at your desk, they feel you're working. So we promote presentism. People can be on Instagram and all, and they're not working. They're not even achieving results. So COVID made us focus so much on results. So if you're at home, so long you're getting your results, then you are okay. So we're now more result-focused. So it helped downplay emotions. He's on his desk, he's working his business this morning. Even though he's not doing anything, people can still assume that you're working before. So I feel it helps businesses to focus more on results than activities and watching people do what they're meant to do and pretend as though they're working.
And then post-COVID now, seeing as all of this is happening now, I know that in the US there was this, it's over 500,000 jobs. People are leaving jobs. In fact, there are people, there are quite a lot of jobs there that people are not filling, and they're looking for people to fill it because it's like there's power in the employees' hands. They choose what kind of a job they want in such an environment. How do you talk to an employer to to attract employees or to make whatever you are doing attractive so that employees can come over to you?
Okay, so because most times to build businesses generally, there's no really a roadmap. Because even when you have a business plan and all, in actual fact,
so
things will change over time. So because of that, we believe now that whenever you need the input of your employees to work collaboratively with you, you need their mind to thrive in this age we find ourselves. So it's the employees' market now. It's not the employer's market. Any employer thinking and thinking about the Superman syndrome, I have everything. Now, there's this saying that said, you can be smarter than some of us, but you cannot be smarter than all of us. So it means we need collaborative management to be able to survive in this age we find ourselves.
And that's something that I want to talk a bit about, that collaboration. That is something that we're not so, it's not a strong point here in Africa, collaboration. How important is collaboration when it comes to management and, of course, business?
Yeah, because we are dealing with something we need everybody's input to deal with the kind of challenges. We've not all lived in this environment before. Even the leader, CEO, have not lived in this environment before. So we all need everybody to put heads together to be able to contend and compete in the age we find ourselves.
In the age that we find ourselves, collaboration. Now that's something that now how long has this have you been into training and building and all of that? How long
about 16 years.
About 16 years. Now let's look at it as an industry. How has it evolved?
Of course, we started from, of course, there was a major shift in 2020. We had to go online now, 100%. Formerly, we're all about in-class,
and all of physical trainings.
And don't forget, our industry is constantly evolving because of technology. So we keep having to upskill, having to grow at the pace required for global relevance. It's not easy. Not local relevance. Global relevance, then it's not easy. So we all there learning, developing every time so that we can keep doling the right knowledge to our students, that want to upskill or probably do certain exams that they want to use to work anywhere they find themselves in the world.
And then how important is certification? Of course, I know you do some level of certification.
Yeah, we do exams.
How important is certification when it comes to climbing up the corporate ladder? How important is it?
Okay, you see, most times I tell people that is the process that is the most important, because the process you went through to get that
particular certificate.
Because most times we lose our focus and we start looking at the certificate. No, the things you go through, the knowledge you get exposed to, the information you won't have searched for that you're open to. Then information is key anywhere you find yourself in the world. So certification equips you to be able to strike conversations anywhere you find yourself in the world, because you're exposed to different things at the same time.
So, for instance, I know a number of people will tell you how important a LinkedIn profile is, and then people stack up your LinkedIn profile. There's so much, you wonder, where did you, in how many lifetimes are you able to put all of this together? And then you get to an employer and all of that. How do you sieve through? As an employer comes to you and says, look, how do I sieve through people who come heavily stacked? They look heavily stacked. There's this one here, there's this one here. How do I sieve through to get the people who would suit my business model the best?
Of course, every employer knows what they're looking for. So all the certifications and all, it starts from conversation. Of course, before you bring people in for any interview, you already know, you've screened their CVs, you know what you're looking for. So now, bringing them in, of course, certification opens the door to to be invited
for that conversation.
For you to get to, because we want to know, does you have BSc? And don't forget, this environment in the world, they care more about what you have, not only what you can do. So you first show what you have. Then when you now come, we now test for what you can do.
What you can do.
So you might not be able to open that door if you don't even upskill in the first place.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, looking forward, let's just give a 5-10 year. What do you think the future of us in a COVID and post-COVID world? You can do a 5-10 year, postulation. What do you think the business and management world is going to look like in the next 10, maybe 15, 20 years?
So anybody that tells you that you can forecast the next 15 years is a liar. Because there's a quick, sharp disruption between the past and the hold.
So you have to learn to be adaptable and all of that. Whatever comes.
Then we call it agile mindset. You need to be constantly embrace change and know that there's no model you have, even when it's working now, might not work tomorrow. and you're fine with it. And that's the only way to survive for the future.
Change is constant. I like that, because you've mentioned that a number of times, that agile mindset, and I wanted to thank you for bringing that all back. And thank you so much. This is wishing you all the best. And yeah, you know, hope you... this is wishing you all the best. You get to the top and all of that. And, you know, globally, I remember talking to you about how, you know, how you can train people for a global, you know, and all of that. And you said that you're doing that quite well. So, yeah, thank you very much for all of that.
Thank you.
Wishing you the best. Okay, so our guys are over there in the kitchen. We have something for you, by the way. Thank you for that knowledge, for sharing with us. We have something for you. And Mazino is the one in charge. I left him to handle stuff there. I was the one doing it, by the way. But I left him to handle stuff. I hope whatever I handled for you, or whatever I left there for you, you're handling quite well. Mazino.
Well, listen, Mike, as you can see, Titi is even here. She's taking pictures of the food because it is so beautiful to look at. And trust me, it is fantastic. It is so good. I mean, Chef Adane has been hard at work.
Okay,
here.
all right. Let me get our guests here. So
bring our
please,
guests
this
over.
way.
We want him to actually
He will, yeah.
Welcome, sir. Please come around this way so you can... You are a very lucky man. Just sit. We've got breakfast for you this morning, and Chef Adani has prepared something very, very delicious. It's chicken pepper soup and fried rice. Chef Adani, do you want to tell exactly what we did?
Okay, all right. Yeah. Because, you know, this morning it was a little bit cold. I wanted to start with something, you know, to warm you up. So I have this chicken pepper soup. Then afterward, you can have this deliciously looking fried rice.
Yeah, it is delicious. We've got the pictures to prove it. So if you're ready, I'm going to have you have some of this. Any one of your choice, you can try.
Where do you start?
Oh my
it's
God.
okay.
Where do you begin?
We know it's pepper soup, so we have some water for you here.
Okay. So let me start from the pepper. Then I go back to the...
Anyone.
Okay, thank you
Yes, I knew we were going to go for that.
Pepper soup always goes first.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that taste?
Fantastic.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Fantastic.
See, we're trying.
Yes, we are.
Sous chef.
Indeed, we put a lot of work in
All right,
that.
so I'm interested in that rice.
Yeah,
what
but
do you think
later.
about the rice?
If
Really?
it comes round to you, that is.
Really?
But fantastic work you do. I actually like something that you said, something about that eye service that people put in at work. But this time when you're at home and everybody's working from home, you find that people are much more productive. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's been one great show here. Thank you very much for coming, Chef Adani. We tried.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
And we put it up.
Yes, we did.
did.
So, hey, you might want to try this out at home. Maybe serve yourself, make yourself feel good with what we've taught you how to do here today. And, of course, hey, Titi.
Yeah, so there's some country music playing here.
Yeah, we loved it.
Your eyes and dream
Mike, is
of
country
me.
music your thing?
Mike, is that your thing?
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. I grew up listening to quite a number of country musicians and all of that. And it's always good to have this kind of throwback nostalgia all around. But it's been a wonderful show. Thank you for being a part of the show.
We will be back tomorrow morning from 7 a.m., everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.